Welcome all masters. Welcome for Oneness Meditation Qatar sessions. Today we have Master Swapna Vinay Gajjala connecting from Austin, Texas, and she will be sharing on the topic nurturing happiness, and she will be even guiding the meditation today. Almost it is 40 minutes of guided meditation. Very warm welcome to you, Master. Welcome to Oneness Meditation Qatar. Thank you so much. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Sanketji. Hello all, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my experience and wisdom on Oneness Meditation Qatar. Hello everyone, I'm Swapna Gajjala and I live in Austin, Texas, and I'm very happy to share with you all my meditation journey. I'd like to start with sharing my meditation journey and then the wisdom today on nurturing happiness, and then I'll guide you all into meditation. So I started meditating around 4.5 years back, and it all started when me and some of my friends from Austin went to Houston for a music concert. So we were all talking, and I noticed my friend Kameshwari like closing her eyes and sitting in silence. So I thought she was dozing off, and after a few minutes, when she opened her eyes, I asked her why she was silent and if she was tired and sleepy. So she said she was meditating, and somehow it kind of rang a bell. So I got curious and asked her what kind of meditation that was. She was very excited to teach me Anapanasati meditation. So she is my first guru who taught me the meditation technique. And thanks to her. So I thought of trying it then and I started meditating. And hardly just 5 to 6 minutes, I meditated. Suddenly, when I opened my eyes, I noticed immense peace and clarity. I was really surprised, like sudden changes in the way I felt about things and people around me. So, and I was feeling very calmer and peaceful. So I kept thinking about it and meditated for a few minutes every day. And again, due to work and laziness, my meditation practice became a bit irregular. So then my friend Jyotsna started group meditation classes in our community. We are all part of Austin PSSM, and I made it a point to attend them. So thanks to her for putting me back into the practice. And I started meditating regularly since then, and life became more beautiful than ever. So since my childhood, I was very fond of visiting religious places, and every Sunday I used to accompany my father to Ramana Maharshi ashram. So I used to love sitting in silence and just chanting some Aksharamana Malaya and other slokas. Even my aunts and cousins always used to ask me to accompany them to Ramakrishna Mutt in Aurobindo ashram. So I did not know anything about spirituality, but somehow used to love to go with them and sit in silence. So I used to just believe that it is something good. So even at that age, I used to get questions about what is the difference between imagination and experience. So I always feel that those spirituality seeds were sown when I was a child, and they are watered and sprouted by Anapanasati meditation. So thanks to all the masters who for helping me in this journey. So coming to experiences in meditation, I started becoming more calm and my occasional brain fog vanished. I could handle stress better both at work and at home. And I got more clarity about what is important in life and was behind trying to find out the true purpose of my life. And I also got into the practice of being in gratitude and practicing forgiveness. And the realization I got is that we create our own reality with our thoughts, and also that we should be open to receive any message or information. So we are always engrossed in our thoughts, either living in past or future. And this actually clouds us from knowing that we are unlimited and we have the power to create our reality. So, and the journey has been going great since then. And it took a beautiful turn with my interaction with Patriji in 2019. It was wonderful to know a master who's so humble and who's always talking about compassion for other beings. And I was greatly inspired, I'm greatly inspired by him. And many other masters who influenced me, Saroja Madam from Australia, Padma Vadlamudi Madam, Chandra Sir, Shreyans Sir, and Padma Jakka Madam, Prabodh Sir, and of course Madhu Ram and Pranihita, just to name a few. And I'm trying to get better at regular practice of reading spiritual books. But one of my favorite books is Untold Story of Sita by Dina Miriam. So I'm very fortunate to interact with many PSSM masters, and I felt my spiritual growth accelerated by listening to experiences of various spiritual masters, like in sessions and also on PMC channels. So, and I'm also blessed to be able to host a talk show called as Soul Connect on PMC Global, and also interacting with other masters through Digital Meditation Summit and guide meditation sessions with my friend Jyotsna for Austin PSSM and also Beam family. So that's about me, masters. So coming into today's topic, I choose this topic. I was inspired by the wisdom of Thich Nhat Hanh. I'll share about him in a few. And this is from No Mud, No Lotus book that he wrote. So it's about nurturing happiness. So what is happiness? Is it a feeling or having stable circumstance in life? Or is it something that is deeply personal and cannot be defined? Or is it like an emotion that when we get what we want in life? So happiness is defined differently depending on who you ask. So if we have defined happiness as both positive emotion and meaning in our lives, so happiness is a state where we might experience some personal positive emotions like contentment, joy, and ease, and also emotions like connectedness and gratitude and compassion. So it can be combination of anything or everything. And how is it different from joy? So, joy is a less common but stronger feeling than happiness. And one reason why joy occurs less often is because it takes great deal of maturity and selflessness and effort. So, however, happiness is easier to achieve. So, it follows that you can be happy more frequently. So, we can experience both joy and happiness too. And Buddhist teachings make a distinction. Like they give an example of, think of a person walking in a desert who's run out of some drinking water. And if suddenly that person sees that there is an oasis ahead, trees with beautiful shade and lake of fresh water, he will feel joy. But when he actually arrives at the lake and actually drinks the water, that's when he feels happiness, right? So this is the distinction they give, and you can experience both. So all you need to do is just breathing in, bringing your mind home to your body and establish like in the present moment, recognize what is around you, and then joy and happiness will arise easily from it. And many people confuse happiness with excitement. When you're excited, you're not peaceful. So, true happiness is based on peace, and acceptance is the most important thing to be peaceful. And to achieve acceptance, we need to start embracing the present moment and beautiful miracles that actually exist around us. So, the wisdom, as I mentioned, I want to share today is for an expert from the book No Mud, No Lotus by Thich Nhat Hanh. Who is Thich Nhat Hanh? Thich Nhat Hanh was a renowned Zen teacher and a poet, and the founder of Engaged Buddhist Movement and founder of 9 monastic communities, including Plum Village Monastery in France. He was also author of At Home in the World, The Other Shore, and more than 100 other books that have sold millions of copies worldwide. I really love listening to his wisdom. So he says, we all want to be happy, and there are many books and teachers in the world that actually try and help people to be happier, but we all continue to suffer. So we might think that maybe we're not doing something right. So somehow we are failing at happiness, but that's not true. So being able to enjoy happiness doesn't require that we have zero suffering. In fact, Thich Nhat Hanh says that art of happiness is also art of suffering well. So you might think like, how can suffering be an art, right? So it's about how you embrace the suffering and how you understand the suffering. That's what lessens our suffering. And not only that, we are also able to go further and transform our suffering into understanding, compassion, and joy for ourselves and also for others. So there is no place where there's only happiness and there's no suffering. You might have all heard about the story wherein a lady comes to Buddha asking, her son dies, and she asks Buddha to bring him back to life. And Buddha says, "Sure, I'll do." He tries to console her initially, but she wouldn't listen. And then she would go to, he would ask her to go to um, ask her to bring some mustard seeds from a home that does not have death. And then he said, then I can bring your son back to life. When she goes around and she cannot get any mustard seeds because Every home will have suffering, every home will have death at some point. So then she comes back without the mustard seeds, but with a lot of wisdom and understanding that this is all a very normal thing that happens in life and we all have to go through. And that's when her suffering reduces. So it's all about acknowledging and embracing and accepting and understanding is how you try to bring down your suffering. So art of happiness and art of suffering, both are important and both will lead to we being able to condition our happiness. Now coming to how, like, as I said, like being more mindful about things and being more trying to be in the present moment is the key to achieve all these things. And coming to if we just focus only on pursuing the happiness, we may regard suffering as something to be ignored or resisted. So we think that something is getting in the way of our happiness. But art of happiness, as I said, is also knowing how to suffer well, and we can transform it, as I mentioned. So knowing how to suffer well is essential to realizing true happiness. So that's the reason I had to mention about suffering here too, friends. And in the name of these days, like in the name of healing medicine, modern society is trying to handle this suffering using medicines, devices, and whatnot. Like instead of covering until we face the suffering, we can't be present and available to life, and happiness will continue to elude us. So there are many people who have enormous suffering and don't know how to handle it, and even schools also do not teach kids as to how to handle suffering. And the more we learn about art of suffering well, the less suffering will there be in the world. And mindfulness is the best way to be with our suffering without being overwhelmed by it. And how do we generate mindfulness? The way we start, producing the medicine of mindfulness is by stopping and taking conscious breath, giving our complete attention to our in breath and out breath. When we stop and take a breath in this way, we actually unite our body and mind and we come back to ourselves, recognizing the tension, the pain and stress in our body, and then we'll become aware, and that's how the healing begins. So if we are able to take care of the suffering inside us, we will have more clarity and energy, and we can address our suffering very well. And not only ours, we can also help others around us. So if we know how to take care, then we only suffer less. But if we are also trying to create more happiness around us. So why did Buddha keep meditating? So as happiness is impermanent, like everything else. So in order for happiness to continue, you should know how to feed and nurture your happiness. So it's like food, like nothing can survive without food, including your happiness. And if you do not nourish it or nurture it, you know um, even after we manifested it, it will die. So it's important for us to condition this. And five practices of nurturing happiness is what is shared by Thich Nhat Hanh for us to be able to continue to be happy in our life. So the five practices that he mentions is letting go. The second one is inviting positive seeds. The third one is mindfulness. And the fourth one is concentration. And the fifth one is insight. Now, the first method he suggests, as I said, is letting go, which is like trying to leave things behind. So we try to cling on to so many things in our life, and we think that there is a kind of joy, that comes from a certain thing that we have, like be it your career or be it your salary or house. We think this is very crucial for our happiness, and you cannot go without it. And even if when you attain those things in your life, but still you continue to suffer, why is that? It's because we are having too much attachment with those things. So sometimes to be able to actually experience the happiness, you need to let go of few things in life. So it's more than just an attachment. Sometimes it's more fearful attachment. So, and you feel that everything is an obstacle for your joy and happiness. But we all have the capacity to let go of things, and we need to focus on what is holding us from being happy and think about all these things that we cling on to, and we need to understand like where we need to let go. So that's the first technique that Thich Nhat Hanh suggests. The second one is inviting positive seeds. So we each have many kinds of seeds. Like lying deep in our consciousness. And the ones that we water are the ones that sprout, and they come up in our awareness, and they actually eventually manifest. So in our consciousness, they say there's hell as there is heaven. So we are capable of being compassionate and understanding and joyful. And we pay attention only to negative things in life, then especially the suffering of the past, or our sorrows, and are not getting any positive nourishment. So we need to practice appropriate attention, watering the correct seeds, correct thoughts, and that eventually helps us in inviting these positive seeds into our life and being able to continuously live in a positive emotions with positive emotions. So nurturing these positive seeds is the good food for our mind. And another way is like how we can take care of suffering is inviting a seed of opposite nature. So um, as nothing exists without the opposite, like if you think like you have a seed of arrogance, you also have a seed of compassion. So everyone also have a seed of compassion. So if you practice mindfulness of compassion every day, it will become very strong. And it creates that powerful zone of energy. And so we can selectively water these good seeds and refrain from watering the negative seeds. And this does not mean that we are ignoring our suffering. It just means that we are allowing these more positive seeds to grow naturally than giving attention and nourishment to these negative seeds that are there in our life. The third practice is mindfulness based joy. If you see, mindfulness is the key to all these things. And mindfulness helps us not only to get in touch with suffering so that we can transform it, but also it touches the wonders of life, including our own body. So then, breathing in becomes a delight, breathing out becomes a delight. You truly come to enjoy your breathing. So Thich Nhat Hanh once mentioned that he had a virus in his lungs that made them bleed, and he was spitting blood. And with lungs like that, it was very difficult to breathe, and it was difficult to be happy, obviously. So after treatment, his lungs healed and his breathing became much better. So after that, whenever he was breathing, all he needed to do is just remember the time when his lungs were infected with virus. Then every breath that he took became like really precious, delicious, and really good. So when we practice mindful breathing or mindful walking, or we bring our mind home to our body, we are here and now, and we have so many conditions of happiness that are already available. So we are focusing on this, so joy and happiness come right away to us. So mindfulness is the source of joy, and mindfulness is source of happiness. And it's an energy that you can generate throughout the day, like be it while you're washing your dishes, or you're cooking your food, or anything that you're doing. Just trying to be mindful about what you're doing immensely helps in creating this happiness and joy, my dear friends. The fourth technique is concentration. And how is concentration born? It's from mindfulness. So the concentration has the power to break through, to burn away all this pain and suffering that we go through. Like how it helps is like you are to stay, even to stay in the present moment, it takes concentration. And so worries and anxieties about future or past are always there, and they always are ready to take us away. So we can, when we are having that concentration, we are trying to see them, we are trying to acknowledge them, and we are trying to come back to the present moment. So that's the fourth technique, friends. And the fifth technique is insight. So again, with mindfulness, we recognize the tension in our body and we want very much to release it, but sometimes we cannot. So all we need is some insight. And insight is seeing what is there. So it is the clarity that can liberate us from jealousy or anger, and allow true happiness to come to us. So every one of us has these insights, though we all don't make use of them. And we need to use this to increase our happiness and transform suffering into happiness. So sometimes it's more like there is there is something like you are craving for something, and sometimes that brings us anxiety and fear, and we know that this thing is not worth the sleep for that we are losing. And but still we are going on spending our time and energy obsessing about it. So we are like a fish who has been caught once before and knows there is a hook inside the bait. But if the fish makes use of that insight, he won't bite because he knows that he'll get caught by the hook. So often we are all also, biting into our cravings or grudge or all these negative emotions and let the hook take us. So it's very important to use the insights that we gain out of this mindfulness to transform our life in a better way. So the essence of our practice, as I mentioned, is can be described as transforming suffering into happiness. It is not at all a complicated practice. All it requires is to cultivate mindfulness, concentration, and insight. And we need to make peace with our suffering. And finally, it requires that we nourish happiness daily with acknowledgement, understanding, and compassion for ourselves and also for those around us. So we offer these practices to ourselves, to our loved ones, and to larger community. So this is the art of suffering and the art of happiness, my dear friends. Hope you all, could get some insights from this sharing. And I would like to just as a reminder, just want to share with you all this PowerPoint. Share my screen, friends. Are you able to see my screen, Shankitji?
No, we can't.
Not it, madam. Madam, your computer sound is sharing. You can stop that first, then it come. Screen can be shared.
Okay, is it sharing?
Not it, madam.
Are you able to see now?
Yes, now it is okay.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that.
Thank you so much.
So just a quick reminders, friends, and 5 practices of nurturing happiness by Thich Nhat Hanh. So true happiness is based on peace, and acceptance is the most important thing to be peaceful. And to experience both joy and happiness, breathing in, bringing your mind home to your body, and the joy and happiness will arise easily from your recognition of all positive elements available right now. And the art of happiness is also the art of suffering well. So when we learn to acknowledge and embrace our suffering, we suffer much less. And happiness can become suffering, and suffering can become happiness. So it's all in our hands as to how we transform it and how we make use of this insight. And the 5 practices that Thich Nhat Hanh mentioned is letting go, inviting positive seeds, mindfulness, concentration, and insight. And this is the morning verse for happiness that Thich Nhat Hanh suggests. There are over 50 verses. But when you wake up in the morning, the first thing to do is breathe and to become aware that you have brand new 24 hours. And this is the verse that he suggests. So waking up this morning, I smile. I have 24 hours to live. I vow to live them deeply and learn to look at beings around me with eyes of compassion. I'll share this verse in the group, Sankeetji. You can share it with everyone. So thank you all for listening. And now let us all get into meditation, friends. As you all know, the technique we follow is Anapanasati meditation. So I would like to start with a body relaxation technique, and then we go on to so slowly and gently close your eyes. Clasp your hands, your feet, and then relax, my dear friends. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Hold it on for a moment. And then slowly exhale. Allow any tension to melt away as you gradually begin to soften your muscles. Now bring your awareness to the top of your head. And imagine a feeling of warmth and softness beginning to spread down from the top of your scalp. Now allow slowly your forehead and temples relax. Relax your eye muscles. Let your cheeks and jaw soften and let go of all the tension. Now let this peaceful feeling flow down into your neck. Now relax your shoulders. Relax your upper arms, your forearms, your hands, relaxing and soothing all the way to the tips of your fingers. As your body softens, your thoughts are becoming lighter and lighter. Now bring your awareness to your chest and your stomach. This peaceful sensation is flowing throughout this area of your body, soothing every muscle and relaxing every organ. Now turn your attention to your upper back. And feel the softening sensation flow all the way down your spine. Feel every muscle in your back let go and unwind. Feel that your entire upper body has become loose and soft. Now feel your hips soften and relax your lower body. Relax the muscles in the back of your thighs and the front of your thighs. Now relax your knees and your calves. Slowly relax your ankles and your feet. And allow any remaining tension from anywhere in your body to flow out through the tips of your toes. Just feel the deep state of calmness, my dear friends. Now bring your attention to your breath. Observe how, when you inhale, the breath flows from the tip of your nostrils through your throat, through your heart, into your abdomen, and as you exhale, observe how the breath flows out from your abdomen, through your throat, through your heart, out of your body, again through the tip of your nostrils. Just be with this magical flow, my dear friends. I will play a gentle music for you all and just be with your breath. Be with your breath, friends. Be with your breath, masters. Last 5 minutes. Please breathe with your breath, my dear friends. Welcome back to your physical body, my dear friends. Keeping your eyes closed, let us take a moment to express gratitude for things we have in our life. Let us be thankful to our parents for giving us this beautiful life and giving us this connection with the universe. Let us be grateful to our family and friends who are helping us and giving us experiences to grow. Let us be grateful to Mother Earth and Mother Nature for nourishing our body and our soul. Let us be grateful to every plant, animal, and everything that is helping us in this life. Let us be grateful to the universe for giving us unlimited possibilities and giving us great opportunities. And let us be grateful to our beautiful body for supporting us every day in everything that we do. Gratitude is the best attitude, my dear friends. And let us be grateful to everyone in this group for adding their energies. Now slowly place your palms on your eyes for a count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly open your eyes. Hope you all had wonderful meditation, friends. If anyone would like to share experience, please unmute and speak. And if you'd like to continue your meditation, please do so. Thank you, Srilataji.
Thank you so much, madam. Really amazing session and a very deep meditation also. And the very 5 points is like very like just few 5 main points, but it is so important. Like letting go, growing the watering the positive seeds, mindfulness, concentration, insight. Just 5 words, but it has so much takeaways from these 5 what you shared. Nurturing happiness, and happiness is even art of suffering. That is also very great. Not just balancing happiness, even balancing our sorrow and sadness. Life is success. That is really wonderful quote which you shared for us. Really, thank you so much, Sapna Master, for your amazing wisdom and meditation. And friends, if anyone has any questions, please unmute yourself and please ask questions. Or if any sharings, please you can share your experience or anything you want to share. Yes.
I see a few messages in the chat. Thank you, Faniji. Thank you, Kanyanji.
Yes, definitely. We'll share the PPT.
Thank you, Sindhu Chaji. Yeah, glad you like the music.
Yes, very nice music. Very deep. It was
Thank you.
really.
I'm very happy and blessed, Masters, to be able to guide you all into meditation today. And once again, thank you, Sankirji, for giving me this opportunity. And I'm really inspired by Sankirji, the way he tries to explain things. He tries to make everything simple. And I'm always inspired by how he shares wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome.
And I hope more and more people join and continue practicing meditation in this group.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you all.
So, again, we shall connect next week, Masters, with one more speaker with different topic. Meditate every day and lead a happy and miraculous life. Thank you so much. We'll be sharing this the PPT also in group. You can just go through. Thank you, Master, once again.